You might can guess it when the video is called a brand review, but my face is already done that from this brand I only have eye products. Could you? Was it that easy? I don't know. Let me just take a sip out of my limoncello milkshake, which apparently, if you didn't know, alcohol in milkshake is a thing. Welcome to part 4 of the brand review series, where we are going to talk about the brand very in depth. We're going on the founder, the history, the products, the drama, the controversies, everything. And today it's Lemonhead LA. If you don't know what Lemonhead LA is, where have you been? It is impossible to not know, because Lemonhead LA had this wonderful moment of glowing up on TikTok because of a single thing that we are going to talk about. Let me put on the glasses for now, because I do have all the shit that I want to tell you here on my paper, and I don't want to sit like that and read. That would be dumb. So the brand Lemonhead LA is, as the name suggests, LA based. It was founded by Megan Dugan, and a explicit founding date I was not able to find, but what I read was that in 2015 Megan started to play around with different textures and what she can mix with loose glitter, because we all know loose glitter is messy as fuck. So basically in the first 2 years she experimented in her garage at home, manufactured at home, and was able to create a thick paste with glitter that was that has the ability to get shaped in any desired shape you want, that does not dry down as fast, that is not messy, and that is easy to remove. She did everything herself in the first years until she met Eden. I could not find out who exactly Eden is. There is not a lot of info about apparently her. She's a woman. But she said, or Megan said, that when Eden came to Lemonhead LA, this is the second half of the brand's headquarters. Now they're not in the garage anymore. So I think they have a manufacturing building somewhere. But still to this day, everything is handcrafted, it's women owned, if that is important to you, and they're sitting in LA. When you go on the website, you have this little About Us tab, and there you have different things about the brand, and especially what are they doing outside of makeup. So the brand is specifically promoting diversity, businesswoman, all that shit, and of course LGBTQ plus things. They are very, very open up for everybody, basically. You know, men, women, not women, everything there in between can use their product and is allowed to use their products. Of course, we're allowed to use any product, but you know what I mean. They support, promote, celebrate, everything, all of that. And before that one hype moment happened, the brand was actually very successful already, because the products, because their space pastes, who are mostly known from the brand, were already being used on Beyonce, on Lady Gaga, on Alicia Keys, you know, on all those celebrities. But then Euphoria came. Euphoria, and the makeup artist on set, Donny Davy, who is now the owner of Half Magic Beauty, not only did she do iconic looks throughout the whole series, and I'm still baffled by the fact that season 3 will be airing in 2026. There was one iconic look, and that was the finale of season 1 on Rue, the character that Zendaya played, the Violet Tears. That look broke the internet. It broke TikTok, and I say this here and now, this look is makeup history. Donny Davy created, with those glitter pastes, an iconic makeup look that will be talked about in 10 years. That it is what it is. I personally think that was the moment for the brand when people started recognizing it, outside the makeup space. And there are millions of videos on TikTok of people either recreating these looks from the whole season, and especially the tears, or just people using their glitter products. You can buy those glitter gels on the Lemonhead LA website. If you are EU based, there are some shops that carry Lemonhead LA, but on all those shops you have to pay taxes and duties. So ordering from the States or ordering from them does not make a difference. I have 2 products from Lemonhead LA, and this is one, the Space Case the mini. That's what it looks like. It is nicely secured, but the mechanism like broke, but that's not a bad thing. And when you open that, you have this beautiful selection of glitters. It comes with 16 glitters, and I think I paid 130 euro for that. And you can see some of these glitters. I'm not saying that they're nearly empty, but this, for example, this is Houdini. This is the shade that was used on Zendaya. I used this a ton. After I got the Space Case Mini, I started to use this palette every single day for 2 months straight. And then I said to my husband, you know what? I really want to have the other palette because there is also another one, and that is the Pro Case. This contains 24 of the glitter paste. 6 of them are also in the mini, but to be honest, I don't care. So let me open that one up. That it has like clicking mechanisms all around the palette. And this is what the Pro Case looks inside. And you know what's going to happen. I don't have my eye makeup on, so we are doing a look with these. And I will do a very out there look. So this is definitely, well, no, I would wear this to work, of course. You know me. What I didn't know until I researched was that actually the makeup artist of Lady Gaga and Lady Gaga herself, they collabed with Lemonhead LA for House Labs, which is the brand of Lady Gaga, very first holiday collection in 2019. And let me read that off, which ones that were. The Marrow Space Jam and the Silver Lake Space Paste were part of the first House Labs holiday collection. I actually have no memory of that because the old House Labs was really not interesting. I am really into the whole rebranding, and I have a lot of stuff from House Labs that we will be covering in another like brand review, but I don't remember that. Besides those glitter palette, there's also a second version of that that has a bit of a different vibe to it. I think it's a festival version. And you can also get on the website every single shade in like a single pot. And you can also get loose glitter, and you can do custom glitter on the website. So you can ask what do you want to have in that glitter, and then they will send it to you. They also sell the, what's it called? The mixing Lemonade, like Lemonade mixing medium, which is basically the liquid or the paste that is used to mix these glitters. After around 2 years max, they will start to dry up, but you can buy the Lemonade to mix in. You cannot prevent them from drying out, so they are selling like this mixing medium. I have the one from Slayfire Cosmetics, which also is doing glitter. I like both brands equally, so none is better than the other. It's just a preference thing. So just came a bit closer, and I'm starting with Cosmic Chartreuse from Pat McGrath. And I will apply this all over the lid as base, because these glitters, that is something you should just know, they are with a transparent base. So that means, of course, they are not opaque, but you can like layer them and build them up to have an opaque layer of them. So I blended that out and made like a tiny wind style thing on the eye. And I will be using Jailbait, which is this wonderful, also chartreusey color. And I use that on a silicone brush. You can get those silicone brushes on many different brands. I have mine also from Slayfire Cosmetics. And oh, look at how pretty that is. And I tap that over that shade. I have to admit that I had major troubles in the beginning when I started using these glitters, because I didn't know how to properly use them. When you swipe these on your eye, you will move them away, so they will stick back to the brush, and they just will not look good. Tapping gives you a much better application experience. And as long as they haven't dried down yet, you can move them. You can use the edge of something like I do with this brush. And I basically have the opaqueness all over the lid and a bit of glitter on this wing part. I don't know how important that is to you, but these glitters are biodegradable. That means no harsh impact on the environment. You can basically put them in the drain and nothing is going to happen. How cool does that look? It is so, so cool. I don't want to lie to you. You feel them. You will feel them on your lid, and the longer you wear them, the more annoying they will get, especially if you apply them in like that opaque way. Usually what I do with these glitters is I apply them on top of makeup looks, for example, and not all over the lid like today. So let's do something with the lower lash line, and I'm using Cosmic Chartreuse again on the lower lash line. I don't know if you can tell, but I do have this red bump on my eye, and if you're German, you probably already see what that is. I have no idea what is the correct term of that in English, but in Germany we say Zug bekommen, which if I translate that word on word, it's I got the train. It basically happens when you sit between opposite windows, you know, one here, one there, you sit in the middle and the wind is flowing through, then it can cause like little infections in muscles, and a lot of people end up with a lot of neck pain, and I usually have an infection on the eye when that happens, but that will go away in like, I don't know, 2 or 3 days, but it feels like somebody punched my eye, or like a blemish that is underneath the skin. That is what it feels on the lower lid. So in the Space Case Mini, this row of glitter gels is UV activated. I unfortunately don't have UV lighting, so I cannot show you how that looks, but you can Google that. And these are dried up. So I take my little mixing medium, and 1 drop should be enough. You do not want to create a liquid eyeshadow. The mixing medium has the task to bind the glitters so that it's easier to work with. And for inner corner highlight, I'm using this yellow shade, which is called, let me look that up, it's Electric Days. Oh, I love that shade. It's so, so pretty. Look at how intense it is. So what I basically did is I layered that shade and also brought it a little bit into the crease and applied that on the lower lash line too. So now this part is a bit too far down. So what we're going to do is I will move it. I take a spatula and then I just very close underneath, I push it up, and that's it. That way you can basically shape whatever you want. And if you are not happy with the placement, or there's just glitter in an area that you don't like, let me tell you that pro tip now. Take a spoolie and flick it off. You can literally brush it off. I'm missing some darkness in this look, so I'm taking Gun Show now, and I have an angled silicone brush. That is a bit dried up too, but taking the mixing medium, putting a bit on top, and then I just mix it through, and it's immediately back to life. So whatever is left on my little mixing thing, I take off with a brush, put it back in the container, and now I have never done this, to be honest, so this is going to be a little bit of an experiment. So what I'm now doing, I've never actually done, so this is going to be a bit of an experiment. I just switched brushes to a lip brush, and what I do is I apply the black glitter like a wing, and then I tap some of this here to fill in that wing, and I take that silicone brush to push the product in the right direction. It's an experiment, let's just say that. But the true experiment is, can I recreate it on the other side? They're cousins. They're not twins, they're cousins. So I'm now carefully doing mascara. Before we talk about the last thing about the brand, I want to do something on the face too, because you don't have to use these glitters only on the eyes. You can use them all around the face. And we're doing the Euphoria thing. So I'm not creating tears, but I will be using the Houdini shade as highlighter. I really hope that the camera is able to pick up how Houdini works, because this is one of those shades a lot of brands have now. It glitches, so that means it is invisible in one angle, and as soon as you move your hat it's turning violet. Oh, I love this shade so much. This is truly my favorite shade out of them all. To be honest, the more I look at the shade, the more I want to watch Euphoria right now. I don't know how the camera's picking this up, but I really hope you can see what I mean by glitching. It's so good. Let's try and do a close-up. You can use these glitters also on your, like everywhere, it's on the face, on the lips, wherever you want. The big palette is quite expensive, so I think I paid 240 euro for this. Again, this was 130, and a single pot retails for around 20 euro. To finish up this video, I want to talk about some drama that is around the brand, or especially around the founder, Megan Dugan. Apparently, she is a Trump supporter. Then there is something going on with blackfacing, and I have to say, I don't care. I separate product from the person. Otherwise, we would have to start living this standard for every single makeup brand that is on the market, and I don't want to do that. This is just too much stress for me and my mind, and I cannot, for the sake of life, I will not memorize that. Like, I don't know who did what, who said what, I don't care. I love the products. Do I think they're a bit overpriced? I actually think. So this is truly a form of investment only if you know you are using these products on a regular basis. To me, the way I use them today is not the way that I use them in a daily life. Usually I grab one of these colors and one of these palettes to finish up a look. For example, to go over a look with one of those beautiful blues in the center of the lid, or do an inner corner highlight with that, or do a graphic liner moment on the crease. I never do looks like that with these palettes, but that does not mean that I don't have a good value out of it, because I use it on a regular basis. I'm very curious now, how do you feel about the brand? Do you know the brand? Do you use the brand? Do you love the videos all around the brand? I have to check in the mirror, and to be honest, I love this look. This was truly more of an editorial experiment, and I know that wing is like more facing upwards to the brow than this. This is more straight out, which I actually prefer. But as I said, I can feel it. Like, I feel the wing and I can feel it on the cheeks. So it's definitely not for wearing the whole day, because they will start to flake off after like 8 or 10 hours, which is a good wear time. Like, let's be honest. Maybe one last thing, how do you remove them? I have a video on how to remove glitter. It's not here, I think, because it is over a minute, so it is on my TikTok and YouTube channel, but the easy way is sticky tape. Take some sticky tape, press it on the eye, rip it off, and like 60% of the glitter is gone. Do this a couple times and then you can literally just wash it off. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.